I came across the clip this week that I can't stop thinking about. It's Theo Vaughn talking about a story from the Bible in John 5, and I want to share it with you because it hit me in a place I didn't expect. There's a man in this story who's been sick for 38 years. He's lying next to a pool called Bethesda. The belief at the time was that an angel would occasionally come down and stir the water, and whoever got in first would be healed. Just one person, whoever made it first. So this man watched other people get their miracle for 38 years, and he's never been fast enough. Then Jesus shows up and asks him a question. Do you want to be healed? Theo Vaughn points out that this is actually kind of a wild question. Of course the guy wants to be healed. He's been there for 38 years. But then Theo gets honest with himself and asks, do I want to be healed? Do I want a new story? And he says, sometimes the answer is no. Not because he wants to stay sick, but because healing means becoming someone different, and that's terrifying. I want to talk about that for a minute because I think it's one of the most honest things I've ever heard someone say about chronic illness, and I've been living with diverticulitis for most of my adult life, since my mid-30s. In 2018, I had a colon resection. 8 inches of my colon were removed. That wasn't a choice. That was the last stop on a road that went nowhere. And for years after that surgery, I thought I was done with diverticulitis in any serious way. Then it came back. Not as bad, but familiar enough. And I had to decide, am I going to go through the same cycle again, or am I going to do something different? Here's the part nobody talks about. When you've been sick for a long time, the sickness becomes part of how you see yourself. You know the ER layout at your local hospital. You know which antibiotics you have to be on and when. You have a community of people who know you as the person managing this condition. It's a part of your identity, whether you want it to be or not. And the idea of genuinely healing, of not needing the ER, of not relying on the same cycle of antibiotics and waiting, means you have to give up a version of yourself. That's a real loss, even if what you are gaining is better. And the idea of genuinely healing, of not needing the ER, of not relying on the same cycle of antibiotics and waiting, means you have to give up a version of yourself. That's a real loss, even if what you're gaining is better. So when Theo asked himself, do I want to be healed? I wasn't thinking about theology. I was thinking about everyone I've ever talked to who sat on the edge of trying something different and found a reason not to. You deserve a new story. You don't have to keep waiting by the pool. If this landed with you, I want to hear it. Leave a comment, send me a DM. I read and reply to everything.